Would you say, Harvey, that the trade spat essentially is about rare earths, critical minerals, and it really is about supply chain warfare?
Actually, there are two elements to this, and you are exactly right, because this is an issue that has been going on for probably 20 years. The Chinese, to their credit, have used a long-term strategy, and many 15, 20 years ago, they dropped the price of rare earths substantially and made it easy for Western countries to get their supply and to be able to simply order and have it delivered. When it became a geopolitical issue, which is very recently, then it became a negotiating tactic, and the U.S. found itself kind of behind the scene, having basically not really developed internal infrastructure and the supply of rare earths that actually exists here. And so over the last, let's call it 8 or 9 months, the realization that is, in fact, a negotiating lever and something that makes this country vulnerable has accelerated the interest and the opportunities for U.S.-based companies. To that end, our company, U.S. Critical Materials, has a deposit in Montana that is considered the highest grade rare earths ever found in America, ranging somewhere in the 9% range, which is extremely high. What has also been a Chinese advantage has been their ability to process. And even though some of the processing has been environmentally difficult, there's been a full court press to develop new, modern, cutting-edge technologies to process here. We are involved in both aspects of that. So
the thing is, Harvey, we have seen this play out before. Back in 2010, China did shut its exports of rare earths to Japan amid a fishing spat between the two nations. I'm just wondering why the world has not learned from this.
Well, that's the great question that you've asked. And the reality of it is we have. And the reason I say that we have is because under the current administration, they have passed executive orders. They have set up a fund in order to develop an offtake marketplace for U.S. producers so that the vulnerability to price manipulation is no longer what it was before. Once burned, shame on us. Twice burned, you can't allow that to happen again. So to that end...
Yet here we are, Harvey, yet here we are with China dominating rare earths, 70% of, if I understand it right, mining, 90% refining. Nobody comes close. How has China managed to do this? Is it about its Belt and Road Initiative, where it's, looking for those supply chains outside of China as well?
Well, again, an excellent question. And the answer is yes, the Belt and Road approach has been very successful. We have a 4-star general that is a retired general that is advising us. And in Africa, for example, all the mines are currently owned and controlled by the Chinese. We have allowed that to happen. Basically, I would say complacency. I would say it was easy because China made it easy. Now, there's this stark realization that it is, in fact, a political weapon. And obviously, this country realizes that they have to do everything they can to support the development of a domestic rare earth and rare earth processing infrastructure. To that end, there is full speed ahead. We are working with Idaho National Labs, which is one of the major national labs, to develop a new state-of-the-art processing technology, and we're moving along quite briskly at that. You put the money to it, you put know-how and ingenuity to it, and you put a realization that you have to do this because ultimately it's a weapon we can't allowed to just be that way. So it's happening. It's going to take some years, but it will happen.